Hey guys, give you a little update on my life. This is February 6th, 2024, and as of last Sunday, no, last Friday, I gave my life to God, and I really started making changes towards my life. Because for a long time, I always had love for God, but like it was times where certain things happened in my life that it was hard for me to believe. You know what I'm saying? It was hard for me to be like, oh, he really actually looking out for me. You know what I mean? Until life situations happen, he had to remind me that he is him, he is king. You know what I mean? And a lot of us, we live off of our own flesh, thinking that our way is better than his. It seemed like every time I made plans, God laughed at them. You know what I mean? Every time I made plans on doing something, like thinking that, all right, I'm finna be the next big this da 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 da, without God like being in my life, like I am nothing. I am just a sheep. You heard me? Like I'm blind as a bat, can't see anything, and I need Him to lead me astray. And it took a lot for me to put my pride to the side and be like, you know what? Maybe it's time that I need help. Maybe it's time that I, be around people that fellowship and trying to be closer to God and understand the situation too. So I went back to the home church that I pretty much was raised in. When I got baptized and everything. So going back, and it's a little different compared to when I was younger. It's not as super tight where like you gotta have a suit and a tie and all that extra stuff. Like you can literally come as who you are. Because when I first came in, like I had literally me and my wife had just had a split up, and I'm trying to co-parent and still trying to deal with heartbreak and just the disappointment of not being able to keep the relationship as strong as I would like to. And it was just, I came in completely broken. I was like at rock bottom. I had all my stuff in like trash bags. Like literally like hit rock bottom. Like hit rock bottom. But I'm still here. And so, through the grace of God, because literally He had to strip me from everything I knew and everything that I loved in order for me to be restored. Luckily, I did end up finding family, that care about me, and they want to make sure I win. So they help me out as much as they can, and I pay whatever I need to pay so I can have somewhere to stay for the time being. But I know God got a bigger plan. Like I know, and I'll be getting my taxes back soon. So hopefully, I can get into a better situation and really just take care of my son. And as far as like me and my wife, whatever, we ain't getting no divorce, but we're gonna go through some counseling. But before me and her could even think about even being in the same house and trying to live like everything's okay, we're gonna have to go through some counseling, and it's okay. Like I had to realize that it's okay to ask for help. Like for a long time, I thought I had to be strong. I had to keep everything in, and with her on the other end, like she's like she feel like she gotta vent to whoever is willing to listen. And me, like I'm not too big on people knowing my business, but like she just vents, and then next thing you know, it turns around and come to bite her in the tail every time. You know what I mean? But she ain't perfect, and hell, I ain't perfect, but two imperfect people trying to serve a perfect God. So at this point, I'm just embracing change. I'm like basically looking forward to the future, because regardless of how me and her play out, my son need me. My son need her. You know what I mean? And luckily we have a great village. We have a great support system. Regardless of however it plays out, but we have a great support system. They love my son. I love him. She love him too. So we can make it work. But at this point, I'm not forcing anything. It's either you get with the program, or I just keep it moving. So I ain't looking for nothing either, because it ain't nothing out here in Brevard County. Like, not for me at least. I got too many cousins out here. There's a possibility if I end up trying to talk to some girl and end up being somebody that's connected to my family somehow, shape, or form, and it's just a headache. So yeah, that's the last thing on my mind right now. So I'm just trying to lean more towards on the Lord and understand my part in this food chain. You know what I'm saying? And try to be a better person. Like, I feel like the first couple of years of my relationship, I sucked as a husband. Like, I did. Like, it wasn't like I wasn't trying. It just seemed like I thought everything was supposed to happen right away. Like, as soon as you get married, this supposed to happen, this supposed to happen, this supposed to happen. Like, I was just literally I wasn't in reality. I was going off the perception of what I seen off of TV, going off the perception of what I seen in movies, and I understand that you really have to grow and understand a person, because you think you know you think you know your partner. You think you know who your partner is. You don't know them until you get married. Like, you don't really know them until there's a legal document saying that y'all tied together, and literally it's gonna show you how she really feel about you, or vice versa, whatever the situation may be. But you really don't ever know until you actually stay with a person and get married, like, who you dealing with. Because literally, everybody's trying to put on their face because everybody want to be taken, but not everybody's willing to do what's necessary in order to stay that way. You know what I'm saying? And stay happy, and understanding that in this life alone, we ain't gonna always be happy. It ain't gonna always be sunny days. It ain't gonna always be rainy days. But having a good structure, like, and just having a good infrastructure in your relationship, or just a good foundation, knowing that, all right, I'm not gonna cross this line, you're not gonna cross this line. We care about each other too much, and not just on some love, but like, I actually care about you as a human being. So whether me and you together or not, I'm still gonna look out for you, this and that and the third. We have to have that understanding. And communication was like the hardest thing for me, because I don't know, I always felt like I was walking on eggshells since I was a kid. I think it's just now that I'm older, I found out it was anxiety, that I get anxiety when I'm talking to people. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I feel like there's a possibility that if I say the wrong thing, I might get in trouble. If I be too honest and about, oh, you trying to be grown, this and that and the third. Like, just childhood traumas that I got to get rid of. And I know the first thing I had to do was address them. And I started going down to the root of the problem, and I started to realize that, well, the way how I feel about conversations was based off of how I was treated by my mom. My mom, she's the greatest, but at the same time, like, she's still human. So she have days and stuff like that. She used to be a little bit more tougher than others, where, like, I'll say something and I'm being completely honest, and be like, oh, you ain't supposed to say that, because our feelings was hurt. You know what I mean? And so I used to literally bite my tongue on a lot of situations to try to spare people feelings. But instead of, like, calling the ace a ace, like, I literally beat it around the bush or whatever, and I felt like it started coming back tenfold, you know what I mean? Because I started doing that in my own relationship, and then had that conversation with my mom, and I told her about how I felt about it. And then she told me how she felt about me not really achieving all the things that she thought, like, she thought I was the golden child. She thought that I didn't need no help. She thought I was just going to do everything on my own. But she felt to realize I needed that guidance. But I didn't know how to tell her that while her feeling, making her feel uncomfortable. So, like, even with jobs and all that stuff like that, I have a hard time communicating because I don't want to let people down. So instead of letting somebody, hearing them like, oh, you disappointed me, this and that, I wait until the next day and apologize, even though this might not be the healthiest thing to do. Because like I said, I done put myself in situations in jobs, relationships, and all that because of lack of communication. But that's just going back to not trying to let people down. And I'm pretty sure I ain't the only one that's going through this, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure I ain't the only one that done been through similar situations where you feel like you get anxiety when you have to talk about certain situations, or you have to talk to somebody who you know is very emotional and you don't know how they're gonna take it or how they're gonna play out. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's been a work in progress, though, man. So this last 2 weeks, going on 3 weeks now, has been very challenging, but it's been eye-opening to say the least. And I'm excited to see where the future goes, man. Like, I hope everything can work out between me and my old girl. Like, I really do. So I don't want to have to go through the court system. I don't want to have to go through all that. But at the same time, if it's not gonna work, I can't force that. You know what I mean? And I know I got God on my side, and He'll teach me. He'll tell me what I need to do, and not just me just waiting on the sign. But I'm gonna put in the work. I'm gonna do the things that I know I need to do, like I have to do, and from that point on, I reap what I sow. Like I said, the last 2 years, I feel like I didn't do that, and now I'm like reaping what I sow. You know what I mean? But I want to be more generous. I want to be able to communicate more. I want to be more open. I want to be personable, and I want to apologize to anybody that's been in my life. Like, if you can make it this far in this video, like, apologize to anybody that's been in my life, that whether you feel like I just went ghost on you or anything like that. Chances are I seen something in you, or I seen you treat people a certain way that kind of scared me away, and I apologize for not telling you that, because in my head I felt like it was going to be emotional. It's not that I was scared, it's just I literally don't want to let nobody down, and in reality, you're going to disappoint somebody at some point, and it's up to you whether you keep disappointing them or you change your ways and decide, alright, today I'm going to make that change. Today is the day I'm going to make that change, and I won't be the same person as I was. But yeah, man, just a little update on my life, and like I said, you'll start seeing more of me, because when I have free time, like, it's most of the time with my son or I'm working. But I just want y'all to know that anything that you want to do, it's never too late. It's never too late to turn around and change your life. It's never too late to start making steps in order to change your life, because sometimes it's not just going to happen overnight. But get you a good support system around you. It don't have to be somebody that's familiar, but it can be somebody random, just somebody that can give you the energy, you know what I'm saying, just to move on a little bit farther than what you did. You know what I mean? Sometimes we need that support system. I feel like my generation is lacking that completely. Like, I feel like the brotherhood and the sisterhood that we once had when we was growing up, we no longer have that, because everybody is either pocket watching, or, oh, this person ain't this, or this person ain't that. Like, we're so judgmental that we don't even understand that, dang, yeah, he might have been doing this and doing that, but we don't know what he had to go through to get to that point. Oh yeah, she might be doing this and that, but we don't know what she had to go through to get to that point. And we're so judgmental that we don't even know that we literally judging ourselves. Like, you laugh at another man's pain, it's basically, it's a free ticket to your own your own demise. Like, it's a free ticket to your own demise. Laughing at somebody's pain, or not understanding, or trying to help. Like, you're just as wrong as somebody that sees something that's being done wrong, or a law that's being broken, and you don't say anything. And we're so used to not saying anything and having a code, whatever. But at some point, we gotta be loyal to ourselves. So what code do you have? What creed do you have? Like, what's your mission? Like, you know, like, what's something that you gonna stand on, like, as far as integrity wise, that nobody can throw you off your pivot, you know? So, but yeah, that's just a little food for thought, man. Definitely be back. I love y'all. Y'all take it easy. Stay blessed. Kicking the big TV, baby.